Welcome, card folk, to another massive match of Legacy's Allure. My name is Speed Robo, and I'm going to be on commentary today with my good friend Dex. How you doing, Dex?
Hello. I'm good today. How are you?
I'm doing just fine, even better now that we get to watch some high-quality Legacy's Allure action.
It's very exciting. So, I believe today we are watching Gravy face off against Karinkaz, also known as K. We've got a Gath versus Argog match going on.
Yes, and it looks like the player going first is going to be Gravy with the Gath, and second play is K with Argog.
Now, before we watch this match, which they seem to be drafting really quickly, my goodness.
They know what they want.
Got 2 Minotaurs on the field already. I was just going to go over the kingdoms briefly.
Sounds good.
So, what we've got going on with Gravy here, he's got a couple Dragon Hatchlings and a Black Dragon. Gravy loves his dragons. He attacks with the Flame Sweeps on the Black Dragons and the Flame Assaults on the Dragon Hatchlings. And what's nice about those is those aren't actual attacks, so he doesn't suffer retaliation damage from those. It's a very horrible strategy that I've had to be on the receiving end of many times.
Yeah, absolutely.
But today it looks like he's got his Minotaurs going, which is quite interesting.
Just turn off the game audio there.
Alrighty.
Just to make sure that we don't pick up any of Tabletop Simulator's signature clicks and clacks. All you'll be hearing during this game is the sultry tones of Dex and the my voice.
Your voice is amazing, don't
Thank
worry
you.
about it. What we've got going on K's end here, though, he's got some Longbow Archers and Priests down already. He looks like he's going for his ranged Argog mixed with a few Knights. I've been on the receiving end of that before as well, and it did not end pretty for me. So he's got 2 Heavy Knights in his kingdom, which I think he will probably draft both of them against Gravy. 4+4 is 8, that's 4 power, plus 4 power on the 8 health Minotaurs. That'll add up quite nicely for him.
I agree with that. K does really favor the Longbow Archers, and speaking of each player's drafting style, ripping 2 double Minotaurs right out of the gate is very in line with how Gravy likes to play. Gravy is a seasoned tournament veteran with multiple wins under his belt, and part of what he does right out of the gate is he tells his opponent exactly what cards he is going to destroy them with, drafts them straight into the front row. Yeah, this is very familiar to how these two players enjoy playing the game.
It's absolutely crazy, and you can just do absolutely nothing against Gravy when he knows what he's doing.
Yep.
He will just take you down.
When Gravy
And
has a
that
battle
Ironhoof
plan...
Minotaur,
Oh my gosh.
absolutely. That Ironhoof Minotaur is looking really, really nice against this backline here, all with less than 2 health. That Trample 2 is really, really gonna make K suffer.
Yeah, now what I find interesting is that K saw the Ironhoof go down and drafted the squishy backline anyway. What I'm thinking here is that K's plan is that he's got his squishy backline, and then he's probably going to draft some... He doesn't have any pikemen.
He does not have any pikemen. I did notice that about his
That
kingdom.
is
What he likes to
interesting.
do to defend his backline is force the opponent to deal with the front line by throwing heavy knights absolutely right in their face. It's very scary.
That's a good point. Another good way to go about this is to draft a bunch of Shieldbearers and Angels. Once a card has some shield on it, very hard to trample.
I don't think he's got any angels, but he's definitely got a Shieldbearer or 2
Does he not have an angel? I
around.
thought... Oh, I was looking at Spellcradle Seraph. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's very different.
I think
Spellcradle
Ironhoof Minotaur... Yo, you go ahead. You go ahead. Finish your thought.
Oh yeah, Spellcradle Seraph has had an update recently,
Yes.
so it ignores Spellproof, which is very nice for that, and I see why he's got it in his kingdom, but it's not going to help in this matchup, is it? Because nothing's Spellproof in Gath, I believe, except for the Vesuvian Warlock? Not the Warlock, the
Disruptor. Disruptor's their only spellproof.
Which is also not here today.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Spell Cradle Seraph and Disruptor, since we're talking about them, is that they are the faction's answers for Sylvan, ultimately. That's what they're there to be. As Sylvan's...
I don't know. The Disruptor can be pretty scary when you throw it against a hero. That mana burn can absolutely kill Aurelia.
That's a good point. But Aurelia's not in the game, so it doesn't matter.
This is true. What we're seeing right now is the Troll Shaman on Gravy's side, which is really exciting because I haven't seen this unit used in quite a while. And
what are you talking about? I just used it last tournament.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah, I think Troll
I didn't
Shaman.
play against you.
Oh my gosh, I think Troll Shaman. Can I go off on Troll Shaman for a little bit?
Go for it.
It is legitimately one of my favorite cards. I think that Troll Shaman is just guaranteed value all day, every day. Because it reduces incoming damage on the unit to 0, and you destroy it at the end of the round. So even if the unit you Bloodthirst doesn't kill anything, or even deal damage to anything, it gives you an instant wall that you otherwise wouldn't normally have, and it's really good to target your Spellcollar Hounds with it, and just like run your Spellcollar Hounds in front of whatever you need to protect.
Right, of course. That makes a lot of sense. It's also obviously very, very nice on the Skorg units, like the Skorg Archer and the Skorg Hellion.
Of course.
Which just 3 movement charging, 1 range, 3 power. It's insane. Plus 1 power from the Troll Shaman. It's crazy.
Yep, it can become very deadly very quickly.
Looks like Kay's answer to the Troll Shaman is Spellbreaker, though.
Spellbreaker's a good pick.
Yeah, he's going to be able to silence that Troll Shaman before the Spellbreaker gets charged by... Oh!
It's even better.
Oh, it won't get charged by the Minotaur because the Minotaur is imbued.
Exactly. I was just about to say that. I think the Spellbreaker isn't just an answer for Troll Shaman. It's an answer for Firefist Minotaur.
It's a very good answer as well.
Oh, it's fantastic. Magic Resist 3, giving something else Magic Resist 3. Spellbreaker is just... It's going to be MVP this game. I'm willing to put money on that.
Looks like Kay is still going for the longbow strategy, though. It's really interesting. It's
the speed robo
classic. I suppose that's his
classic.
counter to Spikecollar Hound.
It's a really good answer for Spikecollar Hound, and it's a really good answer for bombs, which, knowing Gravy's playstyle, Gravy loves drafting Goblin Bomb. We'll see what Gravy's answer for this is. I don't know. How would I handle all of these archers? Honestly, I think drafting some hatchlings...
the Ironhoof is going to do a good job as it is, to be honest.
Yeah, but you can't just rely on that one
might be
unit.
scary.
That's the thing. If
That's true.
Gravy just says, oh, I don't need to worry about these archers, Ironhoof's going to handle it. Well, the second that Ironhoof goes down, it's game at that point.
It is game. One thing that could help him in his kingdom, well, the Dragon Hatchlings could be great. They've essentially got charging because they've got combinable on their Flame Assault ability.
Exactly.
That would be a really nice way to just deal 2 damage and take out 1 archer at a time. Or alternatively, go the bigger route and go for Black Dragon, but I don't think he's got the gold budget for that.
Well, if he goes with an almost naked Argog, I think he can get the Black Dragon. Ooh, you know what else would be
Doesn't
really
look like
good?
He's got Omnislash in his kingdom. What would be good?
Goblin Archer.
Goblin Archer could do some damage. It's only 1 power, however.
Flanker
It's
then
quite
might be
cheap,
better.
though, which would be really nice.
Yeah.
If it can get up in the priest's face, then yeah, the Goblin Flanker. Oh
Goblin,
my goodness,
he's
this
grabbing
card.
the flanker. He's grabbing the flanker. He saw the
Yeah,
same
that's
thing
the
that we
right
did.
way to go.
Yeah, I think so. I think he figured it out. Oh my
2
gosh.
damage to those archers. They're just absolutely going to topple at the sight of these guys.
I think Goblin Flanker is a really underrated card. I don't think a lot of people fully appreciate how dangerous this thing can be.
I think it gets outclassed by Spikecollar Hounds in a lot of situations for people, but those just don't have the damage to deal with these Longbow Archers with 2 hit points right now. So
Exactly.
Gravy just needs the extra damage, and he's up against a ranged army, so go for counter range.
I think so. Oh, an Elite
Elite
Swordsman's
Swordsman
coming
coming
down.
out.
Crazy cool card.
I think that might be breaking the budget for one of his knights. I'm not sure that's the best pick.
No, I like it. The reason why I like it is because it's guaranteed shield every round. And we have to remember what K is fighting and who K is fighting. He's going up against Gravy, and Gravy loves to do little bits of chip damage with abilities over and over. I think that Elite Swordsman is the pick, given his opponent's general playstyle of magical chip damage. Because that one shield every round, it's like the card is healing itself.
That's a very good point. And the Counter-Strike, of course, is a massive help here as well.
No, Counter-Strike is such a powerful...
Counter-Strike against these Minotaurs, if he's at full power, that's going to take them down to half health.
For those of you at home who are not aware, as we can see on the back of the card, Counter-Strike means that this unit retaliates at the same time it's attacked. So if this card is attacked, even if that damage would kill it, this card still deals damage back. Similar to how combat works in Hearthstone. Reading out two more Spikecollar Hounds in the corner. That is exactly what I like to see. Fill your board with... Okay, never mind.
He doesn't want them.
Okay. Yeah, Goblin Bob, let's go, boys.
What I'm seeing on Gravy's side here is he's aiming for a lot of actions. He wants to fill this board by the looks of it.
Yes, well, that is generally how I like to play as well. I like to flood my board with as many 2 gold units as I can possibly get away with. My favorite way to play.
Oh, and Dragon Hatchling comes out. As we discussed earlier, this could be a nice way to... Oh, never mind. It could be a nice way to deal with those archers.
Well, you know, while Gravy's changing his mind, I'm going to go grab some water, get myself refreshed.
Fantastic. Not entirely sure what Gravy's looking at here. He's just trying to figure out how to deal with this backline and the upcoming front line, I suppose. He's notably left his B2 and his H2 slots open. So I think there could be some interesting stuff going on down there. Like, for example, a Hellbear or a Cragwyvern. Just a big unit to take up a lot of hits against this small chip damage army. He's taking the Dragon Hatchling anyway, after all. I think that's a good choice. He can definitely fly in and deal with some of those archers with that. But it is very low health, only 3 hit points. So that chip damage might just kill it, and he's going to want to keep that away from the Heavy Knight, which has 4 power if that thing comes out this game.
And I see I've missed basically none of the action. Decided on a Dragon Hatchling?
I believe so.
Alright, yeah, looks like it. Timer's been passed over to K. For those of you who don't know at home how the turn procedure works, is that it's not touch move, but it's timer move. You can move your pieces around however you want. As long as you haven't hit your clock, you can undo the move and choose something else. So that is how we keep track of whose turn is whose in the game. Let's see, K is gonna have to figure out something else that he wants to do. Honestly, I think it's night grabbing time. What do you think, Doug?
I agree, it's definitely night grabbing time. Maybe Paladin? Paladin would be a nice answer to just having massive amounts of units at 1 health.
True. I think I'd rather grab Dawnbringer Paladin near the end to see if I couldn't catch... Yeah, just grab a Heavy Knight. I like it. I think
yeah,
it's good. But what I like to do with Dawnbringer Paladin is I like to save it for my last 12 or so gold. And the reason why I like to do that is because it helps me catch my opponent off guard. If they're drafting like I normally draft, a bunch of, 2 gold, 1 health guys, slapping down a Dawnbringer Paladin up in one of your front zones can really, really, really throw off your opponent late in draft and swing the game in your favor.
I agree. It's very easy to see an Enforcer, a Heavy Knight, or a Swordsman coming, but a Dawnbringer Paladin, it's a surprise, and the enemy needs to figure out how to deal with it, and in that last 9 gold, it's not much time to pick units for it. Another unit I like to use for that strategy is Battering Ram.
Yes.
as it's an
Oh my
armor
God.
2 unit, which is, if you don't have enough imbued in your army, that's gonna be tough for you.
I think Battering Ram is a very powerful card. And what Gravy did was he just picked his hero's loadout. Going with +2 power, shield of 3, charging piercing, and counterstrike.
That's a very scary Argog at 6 power.
That's a good Argog, you know. Basic loadout, but
6
a good
power
loadout.
and 9 health. 8 health.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's scary. With counterstrike, it's insane.
Mhm.
It's just a big tank, almost like your Pillow Fort Argog.
Almost, but not quite. Oh man, I hope we can get some Pillow Fort games on this channel one of these days. It's my favorite build to play. But that'll have to be for another day, because right now we've got
Absolutely.
this game
I believe
working.
Kay has just taken a rest on Tristan. That might have been quite a while ago, but I didn't notice it.
He has taken
I'll
a
talk
rest.
about it now.
What?
He's going to be able to disarm some units with that, which is very strong against the Firefist Minotaur.
Yep.
Yeah.
And speaking of arrest and disarm, he's also grabbed Enforcer as his last move. More disarm.
I'm not sure he needs 2 of them.
I think he does. And the reason why is that Gath's power output can be very scary, and I think it's a good way to deal with those high-cost gold units. Because if you disarm...
You know what? It's mostly good against Argog.
That's a good point. It is very good against Argog.
Argog's going to be dealing damage with Counter-Strike otherwise, and yeah, it's a decent way to get rid of his retaliation.
And Enforcer is one of those cards where it's cheap, and it's never bad. I'm never upset that I have an Enforcer in my army, so if you don't know what to draft, and you just need something to like sort of pass it over to your opponent and see what else they're going to get, grabbing yourself an Enforcer, it'll be fun, you know?
I definitely agree. When I play Arengard, I tend to play a bit more aggressively than that. Enforcer's quite a defensive unit, which works quite nicely with Kay's Archer strategy. But
I agree.
if I've got 5 gold spare, I'm grabbing a Swordsman normally.
That's fair. For a more aggressive stance, I agree with that. But Kay is playing second player, which is normally a more defensive role. And Kay's definitely leaning into that role during this game. We've got the Skorg Sorcerer. Okay, so this card's very fun. It can force your enemy's units to attack your units of your choice. So running a Heavy Knight into a Firefist...
Into the Minotaur, yeah.
That could be very scary. Absolutely.
I had a game against, I think it was Gravy once, where I had an Ultra Knight and he forced it to run into his Black Dragon, and by turn 3 I didn't have an Ultra Knight. So Skorg Sorcerer, very, very scary unit.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that one. Let's see here. I wonder if Kay is going to be taking anything else on his hero. I think that's something to consider here. Or is he just going...
I think he might be going for a pretty naked Tristan, to be honest.
Well, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think it's a good choice. He's got Braveheart, so he's going to be getting +1 power against these Minotaurs. That's quite effective. I can see him maybe grabbing Talisman of Precision or the Sunblade if he has anything to deal with that has... Well, Gath doesn't have much armor, so he won't need the Talisman, but...
Talisman, no. Sunblade...
If the Manticore comes out...
Yeah, Sunblade...
If the Manticore comes out, then definitely Sunblade is a good pick.
And it's nice and cheap. It's a good last-minute draft to try and play around.
He's got second Enforcer.
I like it, you know.
He's got 3 methods of disarming.
Yeah, I think it's good, genuinely.
Yeah, it's decent. Disarming won't do anything against these Dragon Hatchlings, though, when they can just run around and flame sweep everything.
That's true, but Spellbreaker's on the board, so does have that covered as well. Oh, never mind, changing his mind.
I would honestly like to be taking 2 Spellbreakers against this army setup.
Yeah.
Warg Rider, never a bad pick.
Skorg Rider is... It's... We were just talking about Enforcer and Swordsman, and I feel like the Warg Rider and the Warg Archer are Gath's equivalent to that. If I draft one,
Absolutely.
I'm never going to be upset that I have it. Always a good card. Now the question is, where is he going to... nope, changes his mind again.
Yeah, Gravy's very indecisive this game.
He is. That?
Better watch that timer. He's already down a few minutes.
Yeah, the good news for Gravy is that he always plays fast during the battle phase. I've noticed that he's the sort of player that takes his time in draft and then just cracks it out in battle.
Here comes the Manticore.
Manticore? Yep, Manticore for sure.
It's running out of gold, though. I think he's quite conscious of that.
Oh, changes his mind on the Manticore.
Yeah. He does not want to be sacking all of his gold. Not at the stage in the draft when there's still a good 9 gold for Kate to put down with maybe a Dawnbringer.
There's still so much.
You know what? I think the Dawnbringer might be the next unit that Kate's going to bring out.
I think so. Okay, we're just going with the Skorg Archer, a very safe play. Respect it.
That'll be very useful with his Troll Shaman. A nice point damage of floor power at quite a lot of range.
I agree.
That'll be quite effective against the Heavy Knight and also the Spellbreaker. Especially the Spellbreaker.
We were just talking about Dawnbringer, and here it comes.
Yep, I'm seeing it. He's got 2 in his kingdom for a reason.
It's just such a good card. Like, you can use it aggressively, you can use it defensively. It's got magic damage. Big health. What's there
health.
not to love when it comes to Dawnbringer? And if you put
imbued is also a very, very useful keyword against things like physical damage return.
Agreed. And you know, basically I see 2 slots that are really open in K. Got 9 gold left, drafts the Dawnbringer, puts his hero down. Nice symmetrical formation. Seems pretty good.
He hasn't gone for it quite yet, though. I wonder what he's doing.
He's thinking.
What else is he looking at? That Tempest Mage? I'm not sure that's the right thing for this game. It's got
I don't know
quite
about
short
Tempest
range.
Mage. Yeah.
He's got a lot of squishy units already. I'm not sure he would want another one.
I think
Although I can see it being
bulky.
very strong, exhausting either one of those Minotaurs.
Yep.
Or, of course, Argog.
True. Where is Argog gonna get placed? I think that's the last burning question we have.
I'll either be on the B2 or H2 hexes.
Yeah. There's something to
Just
keep in
here and
mind.
here.
Yes, if you are... You're K, that is something to keep in mind.
He does not want Argog charging the Dawnbringer turn 1, and he doesn't want him charging Tristan turn 1 either.
Yeah.
Because otherwise they're just dead. He puts Dawnbringer down on this H5 hex, then Argog's going on H2 and charging him in turn 1, I believe. Oh no, he can't. Never mind. He gets -1 movement from Swift Strike.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. So it will be safe. Yeah, I think that's a safe play.
Yeah, he's fine up here. And there's plenty of room for movement, and Tristan can go in the middle and arrest whatever the heck he wants to. I really like this brawling Tristan loadout that he's got going.
Yeah,
Disarm something, and then
Braveheart's
+1 power.
Yeah, Braveheart's a fairly rare card to see, but 1 gold for 1 power is pretty solid.
I'll be entirely honest with you, it's my favourite card on Tristan.
Really?
I think it's fantastic.
Interesting.
1 gold for 1 power is a trade-off I am happy to make on a brawler hero.
Well, that's just like your opinion, man. Because I've never seen Tristan as a brawl hero. I've always seen him as an annoying harassment control guy.
He's very good at that too. Which I believe that's how... Well, Kay's gone for a bit of a mix, hasn't he? With Braveheart and Arrest.
Well, Arrest can actually be used aggressively. You arrest whatever you're next to. You get +1 action, and then you punch it.
Oh, right. Kay wants a Shieldbearer. That's why he's not sure about this Dawnbringer.
Okay.
It's interesting that we're still on his turn for the draft.
Yeah.
He's obviously struggling with his decision. I think the Dawnbringer's the way to go.
I think so. I liked the Dawnbringer better than the Shieldbearer at this point.
And what's he really going to take for 6 gold? A couple crossbowmen, I suppose?
That's not bad.
No, it's not. Maybe a Pegasus? I think the Crossbowman would be better.
I would take 2 Crossbowmen. Especially since he's going for a defensive setup. Oh, yep, there he is.
Still going with a very squishy setup, though. Right, Argog facing off against that Enforcer and the Elite Swordsman.
Yeah. We'll see how that goes. I think getting arrested is in Argog's future, personally.
Absolutely. Both players taking a long time to make these decisions.
Man, 6 power is a lot of power. Well, the longer it takes,
Yeah,
you know,
it's scary.
the more evenly matched it is. That's the thing that you have to keep in mind is the lower down that clock goes is an indication of how strong these two players are against each other.
Absolutely.
So they're both giving each other a lot to think about. And we always like to compare Legacy's Allure to chess, and there's a reason for that. If you aren't in the drafting phase thinking about your moves during the battle phase, you're not playing Legacy's Allure well enough. And that's just the reality. Man, he's changing his mind on all of that. Okay.
Yeah. I thought the Dragon Hatchling wasn't a bad choice.
I liked the Dragon Hatchling, but it doesn't leave him with a lot to play with.
Hellbear is a
Arena
really nice
Bear.
choice here, I think.
Yeah, I think that's incredible.
I'm worried about how the Spellbreaker counters that, but it is really quite nice against this Heavy Knight.
I agree. Yeah, personally I would have swapped the sides of Argog and the Heckin' Bear. I think pairing the Hellbear up against the Spellbreaker is a recipe for disaster.
Yeah. Even Gravy's seen it. He's highlighted them both together. He's scared of that Spellbreaker. He is at 80 gold now, which means this is what Gravy's going to be playing with.
That makes
He
sense.
still has a few more gold to draft. I believe he's got 6 left. Yeah.
6 left. I don't know what he's going to take for 6 gold. That's,
I think 2 Crossbowmen is the best way to go here. He
he
could also
could.
take a Pegasus. I don't think that would help him much.
We could take 1 Crossbowman and Shield Bash.
He could take Shield Bash. That could be quite scary in this game.
What I'm thinking, right, is you take Shield Bash, and you can put Tristan on H5.
Yeah.
I like that a lot, actually.
Take out that Hellbear.
Mm-hmm.
Move 1.
I think that could be really good.
He is in threat range of the Skorg Archer and Firefist Minotaur up there, though.
Well, yeah, that's why you'd have to stall out a few actions before really going in there and trying to mess stuff up. But worst case scenario, Tristan's still on this side, away from the Argog who can one-shot him, ready to harass whatever needs harassing.
They've used almost half their time on this draft. It's absolutely crazy.
I have not seen a
Hope they're
draft
gonna be able to
last
make
this
quick
long
moves.
in a while.
My drafts are usually only 5 minutes on my clock.
Yeah, same. I usually only take about 10.
I wonder what he's thinking about right now.
Lunch.
Oh, it's gone for the crossbow.
Going for the crossbow. What's that last 3 gold getting spent on, though? Second crossbow or shield bash, that's what he's got.
I still think the Dawnbringer Paladin was probably a better decision than the Shieldbearer.
I do agree with that. I liked the Dawnbringer here and Tristan here. Dawnbringer H5 and Tristan right in the middle, I think would have
I'm
been...
seeing the Shieldbearer being put in the center, though, to be able to transfer that shield from the center to one of his Longbow Archers.
That's not bad. That's not bad. Because with
places
Shieldbearer
another
there, he
crossbowman,
can
he's-
combine, move the shield off, give it to Longbow Archer, then move up, take center with it, and get the shield.
Exactly.
That's not bad.
He goes for another Crossbowman here. He is way up on his action economy, and I think that could be really good for him.
Could be incredibly powerful. I agree. Especially as the second player, you want to have more actions than your opponent to stall them out and punish their defense late in the round. And there you go. He's decided to go for action economy, and I like it. Of course, I would have liked Shield Bash more, but there's a reason he's at the table, and I just get to talk about it. They're ready to begin battle. Tokens and dice move out. Wasting no time. Okay. Explosive play from Gravy.
I told you, that Skorg Sorcerer is a menace.
That is wild. Wow. Okay, no fear. No fear at all.
As I said, that's a trick Gravy's used on me in the past to take out my Ultra Knight in turn 3. It was brutal.
Oh, and now the Knight is within range of the Firefist Minotaur. I think that's a dead heavy Knight.
It is definitely a dead heavy Knight.
Whew.
That Priest is going to do some nice jobs though. Maybe keeping it alive for a little bit longer to force Gravy to spend a few more actions on it.
I think so. You can also use the Shieldbearer to give it a shield.
Although he is in range of Argog here.
Oh my goodness, there's just so many things that can go wrong so quickly.
There is no way to save this heavy knight, it's just he chooses how it dies now.
Yep.
Heal it, and then Argog takes it. Give it a shield, and then I don't know what happens.
Give it a shield, and then Argog takes it anyway. It's got 6 health. All he needed was the heavy knight to be in range of Argog.
Right, Argog can also gain piercing from his Swift Strike,
Exactly.
which is going to go right through that armor.
Yep. It's just going to be completely shredded. Wow. This is what Gravy excels at. He excels at winning the entire game. Move 1, round 1. He's just so good at it. He's so good at finding holes in his opponent's draft and exploiting. That was mighty impressive. And there he goes.
You know, if I was a Gaff player, I might be taking Skorg Sorcerer every game after seeing this.
Yeah, well, I do. So, here you go.
Fantastic. Now you know how to use it. Gravy's taught you the way.
Gravy always shows me the way. He showed me the way both to play and defeat Double Black Dragon.
Got +1 range on this Longbow Archer. That's going to be able to take out that Skorg Archer, Sorcerer.
Yep, which is good. Definitely something that needs to happen. That kind of play cannot happen a second time. Holy crow. Gosh, Gravy just always impresses with how explosive this game can be. Longbow Archer. Gonna be shooting...
Taking out that Skorg Sorcerer, probably. Wasting no time.
Yeah, he could... He's looking at the opponent's board. He's trying to figure out what he wants to shoot. He could shoot...
-3 mana.
-3 mana, of course. He's gonna save it. Gonna save the longbow.
I think that's a wise choice.
Gains a shield. Moves it to center.
2 shield on that Elite Swordsman.
Okay, I like it.
That's gonna be very hard to kill.
6 health, counter strike. That's solid. I'm thinking Dragon Hatchling moves in, breathes fire.
Yep.
Troll
He's gonna
Shaman.
waste no time with dealing this Elite Swordsman.
Yeah.
I think this Elite Swordsman might have been overextended a little, actually. Just 1 charge from that Ironhoof Minotaur and it is gone.
I wouldn't use the Minotaur. I would use the Skorg Archer.
That would also be a smart move, but it does require a little bit of setup.
Well, that's fine. At this stage, how I typically like to think about each round during the battle phase of Legacy's Allure is there's basically 3 stages. there's the setup stage, then there's the Deadly Dance of Death, and then there's the Everything Dies stage. And
Fantastic.
right now we're still in the setup stage. We're doing things like Tactician and Shieldbearer are generally pretty safe, as you aren't breaking your
I
formation.
do agree with you, but I think Gravy might already be in the Everything is Dancing section.
Yeah, and that's the problem I usually face when squaring off against Gravy, is that he tends to force my hand into being in the Deadly Dance of Death before I'm ready. He's really good
Silencing
at
this Troll Shaman might have saved his Elite Swordsman, well, from the Skorg Archer, definitely, at least.
I think so. Hey. What Gravy's next move is... I'm not seeing any immediately jumps out at me as a great play.
I think his best play right now will be to take out this Elite Swordsman, and the best way to do that might be sack a Goblin Flanker on it and then kill it with the Minotaur.
Yeah, but Counter-Strike.
Yeah, Counter-Strike is rough, but that's a 7 gold unit.
I don't know. We'll see if he does that, then the Ironhoof is just going to die to these Longbow Archers.
He does need that Ironhoof to be able to run up to the center there.
And this is what I was talking
just
about.
Trample the entire backline.
If the Ironhoof goes down, then, you know, Gravy doesn't really have that good of an answer for all of this backline. Just gonna move Argog into position. Alright, I respect it.
Yep, that's fair enough.
I think that's a pretty solid move.
He is very easily disarmed from where he is, though, and this Crossbowman here on the right-hand side is, yeah, there's a lot of things that can shoot at Argog right now. It's got a Longbow Archer, another one, and then a Crossbowman.
And that's exactly what Kay is going to do, it looks like. Or not. Maybe not.
No? I can really feel Gravy is suffering the action difference here.
I think...
There's a lot of things Kay can do, and Gravy won't be able to deal with it.
Well, at the same time, Gravy's just going to play like Gravy, move everything into his opponent's face, and ask if he has any response. And so far, that seems to be working.
I think he might have overextended Argog in this particular game.
Well, we'll have to see how that pans out over the next few rounds. It makes sense why they spent so long in draft, because this battle phase is going to be 30 seconds long.
Already most of the way through round 1, and they've only used 2 minutes and 4 minutes on their clock since the draft.
Yep, that's about right.
It's crazy time
Gravy's got to think about what he wants to do. The Ironhoof Minotaur is pretty blocked in right now, which is definitely bad for Gravy.
I mean, it's got trample. It could just move out of the way. Oh, right, it's blocked him by his own units.
It's blocked him by his own units, that's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, maybe that is a problem.
I think that it's not really what he wants. Because he could move the Ironhoof, you know, to E5 through the Elite Swordsman, but that makes that card super, super, super vulnerable.
Yeah. Could take out the Shieldbearer whilst doing it, actually. Trample the Elite Swordsman and the Shieldbearer.
I suppose it's not terrible. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Yep, it's almost like
Nice.
Commentator's Curse, as they like to say in the Smash Bros.
There we go.
Gets the Minotaur
and that's
active.
ready to run over that Spellbreaker next turn.
Also keeps the It also puts the Minotaur in range of a bunch of dangerous stuff. A Crossbowman and a Longbow Archer.
Let's see if he can save it.
We'll have to find out.
I think he might be fine. He's just barely got the health to deal with it.
Yeah.
Only by 1 hit point, though.
Yeah. This is going to be rough.
That's going to have to be his first move next round. throwing that Minotaur into everything.
Yeah, and now Gravy is just skipping, which I think is correct.
I think Kay might do really good this round out of just skipping with all of his stuff so that he can take out that Minotaur. Although first he needs to lay a little bit more damage on it. What's he doing here?
Moving Tristan into position.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that one, Chief.
I would be arresting that Hellbear if you could, but I believe you need to be adjacent, so that's not quite going to work. He's a lot in danger from this Hellbear if he stays there.
That's a scary bear.
I don't
Really?
know why you would disarm the Hatchling.
Don't know what that's gonna do for you.
I suppose arrest is free, so he can disarm anything whenever
I
he
was just
wants,
gonna roar
but-
Tristan away. I actually like that play quite a bit. Keep Tristan away from killing the Ironhoof Minotaur next round.
I like it, but I think he could have killed Tristan this round if he played it better. Although those priests would just heal him up. so
Yeah,
it's-
exactly. That's the problem. I like the roar a lot more, honestly.
Yeah.
Move the Enforcer up.
No,
That's
I'll do
not a legal play.
That's
Yeah.
fine. They've noticed.
Yeah. He's just gonna move the Enforcer up. Sure. Doesn't seem
They
like
might be getting quite greedy with these disarms.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like a bad position for the Enforcer, but I wouldn't be confident. And Gravy once again skips. I think Gravy is just going to skip all his actions, just use the Minotaur to stomp that left-hand side
He
of...
really needs first action on that Minotaur because otherwise it's just dead next turn.
I agree. Does not have much of a choice. I think the play here is these guys shoot that Skorg Sorcerer, right? I like it. Protects the Longbow Archer.
Still on the board.
That's good.
I don't think the Skorg Sorcerer is as much of a threat when K has run out of charging units.
I guess. Maybe he's just gonna.
He's taking it out
shoot.
anyway, I think.
Yeah, I
Yep,
mean,
there it goes.
look, it's a 7 gold unit. It can still be very dangerous. I respect it.
Of course, taking out a whole ton of stuff with the Minotaur. But that is going to be dead next, at the end of the round.
Yeah, it's very dead. The question is, what is K gonna do with his play right now? And what I think the play is, kill Argog.
Yeah. I think that Minotaur turned out to be very valuable though. Got a little bit of damage on the Elite Swordsman, a little bit on the Spellbreaker, and killed 3 more units. It's gotten a
I
solid
like
13
trading. I
gold
like
value out
trading
of
the
that
Elite
Minotaur.
Swordsman for Argog here. I really do.
Yeah, that's a solid move. How did Argog take 2 damage?
He got shot in the face with the longbow,
Crossbowman. That makes sense.
and there goes the other
Taking out
longbow.
that Elite Longbow, yep, makes sense. Those Dragon Hatchlings work a treat with those 2 health units.
Yes, sir, they do. Arrest Firefist.
He is in range with one of those enforcers.
He
I
can
think
also
that would be a
arrest
smart play.
Hellbear right now. He's spoiled for choice, you know. Lots of
Only things
potential
to arrest with
moves,
those 3 units.
lots of cost to those moves. Gonna just undo the disarm. Yep. Arrest the bear? I think. Wait, no? We're not doing this?
I think he's taking back the Troll Doctor move. Oh, and killing the
Sure.
Crossbowman with the
Sure,
flanker.
whatever,
I like
that's
that.
fine.
His Firefist isn't in any immediate danger, so why use it now?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Especially when those Crossbowmen are scary initially. Moves Crossbowman back in fear of losing it, like he lost the other one, and damages the Ironhoof Minotaur in the
So
same
the Longbow
turn.
Archer can just take
Like
the...
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one.
Overall,
That
I
thing
think
is going down this
K's
round.
position is relatively shaky, but it's not unwinnable.
Yeah, I agree. The armor one on those enforcers is going to help, but imbued on Gravy's units might just break through that.
Right. What I'm looking at is there's only one hero on the board, and K's the one who's holding on to it. That matters. Heroes are inherently the strongest units in the game, and the fact that they're like the queens in chess, in a sense, and the fact that Gravy traded his hero for several non-hero units, I think matters. Just looking at the cards on the board, yeah, K looks a bit down. But having Tristan still there, big deal.
Gravy is wasting no time, does not want that Shaman silenced. Of course, he's putting these buffs straight onto
Sounds to me.
this Skorg Archer. What is Inner Vitality doing here?
Grabbed the wrong card. You want that power token,
Is he
not Inner
grabbing charging on
Vitality.
this guy? He is. He's grabbing charging.
Charging, piercing. Yep.
That's a lot of mana to spend.
Well, Troll Shaman's
what
not going
else
to be
is he
living
gonna
that
spend it
long. Let's be real.
Yeah.
And he's completely changed his mind on all of that, I guess.
I think that was the right move, to be honest.
It made sense to me.
Has he spotted something more important?
No.
No.
Just removes the disarm. Okay, bud.
Maybe K is playing mind games and threatening to silence the Troll Doctor.
I think so. I don't.
Who
I don't
knows
agree
what's
with that,
happening in
Gravy.
that
I don't
voice
agree with
school.
that at all.
I think the Troll Shaman was the better move. There goes that Minotaur, though.
Yep. It was gonna die at the end of this round anyway. We're just getting the obvious plays
Yeah.
out of the way. Okay, now we're gonna do the Troll Doctor thing. Or not. We're just Enforcer. What?
Right.
I don't know, if I was the Spellbreaker, what I'd do is I'd just kill the Hatchling. You know, free Hatchling.
Yeah.
Seems good.
That seems like the best move for him. Otherwise, that
Or-
Crossbowman has got...
If he does silence the Troll Shaman, that is another thing to think about. It does prevent the Skorg Archer from doing anything this round. Yeah. I mean, disarm
He's gonna
the
silence the Hellbear?
disarm the
him?
bear. I think is good.
It's not bad at all.
I
I would be silencing this Troll Shaman, to be honest. Deal with that Skorg Archer.
I don't agree
Yeah,
with
I
that
don't
heal
think
right
that
now.
healing's gonna help, because that Skorg Archer is gonna take it right out next turn.
Yeah. I don't know about that one, Chief. And they just moved
Moves
the
away.
shot out of the way. Mhm.
Fantastic.
Alright, put all those tokens back. Absolutely.
I'll help him out. Whatever. Piercing as well. What do you need piercing for here?
The Enforcer.
That's what he's after.
It's gonna force the Enforcer into action.
I think I'd rather take the Spellbreaker here.
I would too, but you're spending 1 mana to juke your opponent. It's worth it.
Absolutely. You're right on that one.
This game is 90% mind games, 10% skill.
I think I disagree with that ratio, but there is definitely some mind games involved in this game.
100% mind games, 30% skill.
Yeah, that's more like it.
Sounds about right. And yeah, Spellbreaker, because we're going to be losing the Spellbreaker.
Yeah, that move makes sense.
And runs up, and yep, shoots.
The mind games did not work on K this time.
They did not.
This is a really interesting looking board because all the units are so
He
dispersed
skipped.
from each other. He wants first action. Why does he want first action?
Oh, no,
Use
he
that
didn't skip.
Crossbowman,
Never
I
mind.
suppose?
Never mind. He just forgot to
it's
play
just
the token
disarming,
before
right.
hitting the clock. All is good.
Nice.
I think disarming the Hellbear here is just hard.
I think at this point K might be in a lot of trouble. It's going to be hard to deal with this Firefist Minotaur with such little damage output left on the field.
Yes. Counterpoint. Does he need to deal with it?
Well, he needs to be able to kill whatever ends up in the middle, and at this rate, I think it will be that.
Yep, you're right. Never mind. I was just thinking, like, if somehow Tristan snuck his way into center, got first move every round, maybe. But then the bear is still on the board, and with its roar, yeah.
Problem is, K has not got any charging units left over, so he can't do much against all of K's stuff, all of Gravy's stuff, which is just so long-ranged.
Yeah. And both the Spikecollar Hounds are still on the board.
I'm not sure why he's put this one where he has. He could have threatened the priest quite nicely if he placed it just one hex to the left.
I mean, fine. Yeah, I don't know what the plan is at this point. Okay. I think that is game. Good game.
Nice.
That is a concede on K. Very understandable. Well played from both players. I did not see any big mistakes or misplays. A few things that we may have done slightly different, but ultimately some top-notch Legacies Allure from both sides of the board. What do you think, Dex?
Absolutely. These players always just know what they're doing, and it's absolutely fantastic to watch them have a game every now and then.
I agree. So I want to give a hearty thank you to Gravy and Kay for letting us commentate this game. And I want to give a thank you to the viewers at home for watching. And we will be back soon with more Legacies Allure battle reports just for you. So stay tuned.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.